Hollow Cult, just like that, we are back. Welcome to the night shift. It's the middle of the week again. Just trying to kick the last half in the ass and get it out of the way.
Big facts.
We are glad that you are here with us to hang out, talk about weird stuff, talk about life in general, talk about the ways of the world. You know the deal. We're glad you are here. I did just perusing through the chat, which is already firing off today. Windowsy Destroyer is here with us today.
I caught that name too.
That's it's money. It's money. But hope everybody's having a great week. Holiday season's ramping up. We know how that gets. But I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is doing well. Let me think. Had all kinds of weird shit panned out. For our fellow Illinoisans, preferably up north around Peoria region, did anybody feel the earthquake this morning?
I heard about that.
Anyone? Yeah.
The guy I was working with brought that up today.
Dylan texted me and he was like, "Hey, there was an earthquake." Like, man, I didn't feel
think.
shit.
When was the last one that came through here?
I don't know.
Because we actually felt that one.
It's been a minute since there's been one.
Yeah, I was living at the apartments.
Yeah, since we felt
That
one.
happened.
But yeah, Dylan messaged me and he's like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" I'm like, "No." But Illinois earthquakes, I guess, ones that are sizable, feelable, are kind of rare. So it's kind of big deal when it happens. Oh yeah. To jump right into it, we had a very eventful weekend at the Hollow Lair. So Friday night, I'm just kicking it in our living room, and Sarah's messing around in the kitchen, and the dogs go in there with her, and B starts barking at our patio door, which she's a puppy, so she does that whenever she sees her reflection. So we didn't think anything of it. But about the same time, our motion sensor lights in the backyard go on, and Sarah sees on the side of our house a shadow of a person. As soon as the lights went on, she watched it run away. So as she went from the kitchen back into the living room to tell me about it, a car speeds off from the end of our dead end road. There shouldn't be anybody there. Literally a condemned house at the end of our road, the crack house. Nobody should be there. Weird. So we're messing around looking, and the little Facebook group for our town starts talking about other people having the same thing. They're seeing people in their yards, people looking through their kitchen windows. It's getting really creepy. But yeah, that made me think about when we recorded the week before last, Kyle, and we were standing out there and we thought we were hearing Sasquatch run across the field after it stirred up the dogs. It was probably the creeper.
Maybe these shitbirds.
Probably the fucking creeper.
Or maybe Sasquatch and the homies were
looking through my
hanging
window.
out. Yeah, peeping through your windows.
Could be. Like I said,
They
I'm
just so happen to drive a little SUV.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave my doors unlocked, and as soon as it comes through, I'm just gonna start playing "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me" and shut all the lights off and see who comes out on top of that one. But yeah, that was weird. It was weird.
It always gets the blood flowing whenever something like that happens.
Yeah, then I thought, like my brain starts running on that. Then I thought about the weird trick-or-treater that was being sus. I'm like, are we getting like targeted here, Kyle?
I don't know. It's definitely it is weird timing. having nefarious things happen back to back like that.
Which is kind of par the course for things that happen with us.
Yeah,
Damn, there's 90 people in here. Hey,
I know.
hit the
It's
like
weird.
button,
It's
hit the
weird,
subscribe button, hit the bell, whatever the YouTube shit is. Do that.
especially 90 that quick.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, well, now they're leaving, but that's
yeah,
cool. Hey, welcome all new people and welcome old timers. Welcome OGs. So yeah,
I did go take measures to further protect myself, so have that all underway. That's all taken care of. A long, long weekend though. My lord,
I bet.
it was long.
I bet. Uh, Dylan says he will fight a crackhead in the name of the cult.
I believe that.
That's the kind of loyalty we like here at Hollow Cult.
I believe that.
What else? Creepy stuff. Hundo in the chat. Wow. I
I haven't
saw
seen
a
that in a while.
No, that's impressive. I did see a new video that came out from Peru, the Peruvian face peeler aliens and stuff. So
Oh,
this
so
kid,
once again, continuation of that story that's still
yes,
unfolding.
this takes another turn. The tables turn again. So this kid, I'm assuming probably a teenager, was standing outside. It looked like he was on like a back porch or something, and it just looks out over the forest, and he sees something moving in the top of this big ass tree, right? So he starts filming it. And as he's filming it, it is legit a person standing in that tree, and it 100% looks like it's adjusting a jetpack.
What?
Yes, I'm
I
like,
haven't. I'm gonna have to look this
if
video
I
up.
find it again, I will send it to you.
Do it.
They zoom in and they stabilize it. It is a person in like an all black suit and has something on its back. Like it shouldn't be up there in that tree anyway. And it's adjusting a jet. I said, if this is legitimately jetpack miners, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Because if it is legitimately minors, appreciate you, brother John. If it's legitimately minors being that extra to scare the local village,
And peel their faces off.
well, yeah, that's excessive. I feel like zooming around in jetpacks is probably enough to scare the local villagers.
Yeah, you would think so.
And then you
But
could just get some weird eyes to throw on and you're straight. You're probably going to scare the living shit out of everybody. So is the general consensus moving away from alien now? Is it moving toward
I
like
don't think anybody
legit
knows at this point
humans?
because whatever was standing in that tree looked pretty human. Granted, it's a ways away. It's blurry like every other video, but it's somebody standing there with a pack on its back and it's adjusting it.
That's weird.
If you're an alien, do you really need to adjust your backpack? No. But Birdie did point out a pretty good point to the last encounter here. I did whistle at the woods, and now something's looking through my windows.
That's true. That's true.
My bad. Will it stop me from continuing to whistle in the woods? No, because they can get it too.
That's just kind of what we do. We're
Yeah,
not exactly intelligent.
that is a fact. Newest episodes of Blurry Creatures goes into it in detail. Chucky, did they talk about the new jetpack video?
It would make sense. That would, because I did see them post something about that, and I
Yeah.
saw the artwork image, and it did look like somebody as
Remind
you
me and I'll try
described.
to send you the video if I can find it again. I saw it popping up on Twitter. Uh,
Maybe it was Star Lord.
that would be the worst case scenario because
Yeah,
Chris Pratt's a nerd, or whoever the fuck it is.
It is him. I kind of like him, so I'm not mad.
Paranormal Trucker, what's up, friend? See a lot of names in here today.
Did you figure out a way to tiptoe that weird ass story?
We could probably try to go into it.
I say we should.
Someone linked me to it. I'd seen it popping up before, but multiple people had tagged me in it on the old TikTok. I'm gonna be vague on the words I use because this is YouTube, and we all know how that goes. But within I think it was last week or the week before, at a theme park in Colorado. I can't remember which theme park it is. Once I Google here, we can figure it out. But there apparently was a thwarted mass event, right? Mass casualty event. The theme park opened and they found a person in the women's bathroom that was unalived, had clearly unalived themselves, I'm assuming. They said it was reminiscent of kind of police riot gear, but also had multiple weapons, multiple explosives, fake explosives, and they found more explosives in his car, right? Clearly had went there to do something horrific. Why else would you go to a theme park like that?
Right.
But when they found him painted on, I don't know what it was painted with, if it was spray paint, if it was marker, I don't know, whatever. It's regardless. But above him, the message, "I am not a killer. I just wanted to see the caves," was painted on the wall. It should be noted that there are tourable caverns at this theme park, which I will find, but what a weird scenario.
Yeah, Cruz said that there was $20K worth of weapon gear alone, which is crazy. That's a large
I
amount of
think it
money.
was a younger guy, early 20s.
I think that happened with the last one too. Like he had an absurd amount of money invested into the setup, especially for the age and what have you. But why would the explosives were legit?
Some of them
Were legit.
Some of them, yes.
So why have fake? Why have phony?
I don't know. It's weird. This is an article from The Guardian. It says, "Man unalives himself instead of carrying out U.S. amusement park pew-pewing," police says. Colorado authorities say heavily armed 20-year-old found unalive at Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park during closed hours. So I guess they didn't open yet. Heavily armed man unalived himself rather than carry out an apparent mass shooting upon a mountaintop amusement park in Colorado. He was armed with a rifle, a handgun, explosives, wearing body armor, tactical clothing. Garfield County Sheriff said there was a message that says, "I am not a killer. I just want to get into the caves," written on the wall of the women's bathroom where he was found. Very strange.
It's terrifying too.
Yeah, people were clearly tagging me in it because of the caves thing, which falls back to Egress Industries with the caverns.
Right.
But
it's such a weird thing to graffiti on the wall too.
Yeah, that's
prior taking those measures.
people were tagging me in other creators' stuff on TikTok, and a lot of people were making the point that maybe this kid, I say kid, he's 20, uh, kind of broke out of the programming. You know what I'm saying? Kind of snapped out of it, and then maybe the only is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't like the whole thing just sounds sus.
Like a, yeah,
Like it's just so
yeah.
weird. It's so random. Like what? I don't know. I don't know because there could be a million and one things that happened that I don't know. Like it's just it's super bizarre.
That's
The
assuming,
writing on the wall is just crazy.
yeah, and that's assuming he wrote it,
Yeah, that's true.
which that opens a whole nother can of worms. What is going on? Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
you, brother.
What's going on in the caverns that he wanted to get down there,
That's what I'm
especially
saying.
armed to the teeth?
Yeah, was he trying to fight something in the caverns that we didn't know about?
Sus, sus.
I don't know, man. I'm glad nothing nefarious played out.
Oh,
You know, that's a
absolutely.
given.
Yeah,
But it's
does
just,
feel does feel kind of old MK Ultra E there.
yeah, yeah. It's it's a crazy premise and just overall situation. Like it's just
And with that, like, did he want
I don't know,
was his
man.
intentions to do something even more devastating if he had that many explosives and that park sits on top of a cave system? I don't know
Yeah,
how
yeah, but
s-
depend.
the
It's just
structural integrity of the caves, but
right. You'd think you would need some pretty hefty
yeah,
equipment. I'm trying to avoid as many words as I possibly can
I know. I'm reading that
without just
article.
like,
I probably jacked it anyway. Probably
nah,
gonna
it's all
get
right.
banned.
Uh, I don't know. Super bizarre. Super bizarre.
Oh, Twiz says, or he got into the caves, found whatever he was looking for, and they him down there and drug him back to the back up to the bathroom.
Maybe. Maybe. I'm trying to think. I thought I heard something similar to that the other day. I can't remember though. Where it was something you're not able to unsee what you've seen and they know about it. I can't remember what it
That's
was though.
that's terrifying.
Yeah, it makes you worrisome sometimes when you look around into these types of things because just stumbling onto things that you may not even be trying to stumble on, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, the world's just way more nefarious than you think it is.
It's yeah, it's terrible is what it is.
Yeah, I always told myself, I'm like, it can't be this bad, you know? It can't be that ridiculous. And then you really start to experience some of that stuff and you're just like, man, this is wild.
And TikTok has been just running rampant with this stuff. Like we were talking about, there was a person who was staying in a hotel room downtown in St. Louis, and they were kind of going about their business, kind of checking out the room, and they found a piece of drywall in the back of the closet that had clearly had a seam around it. And as he's poking around, this piece of drywall just pops out. And behind it is this whole system of like tunnels that go behind all the rooms. And it had like this real nice bathroom in it with all this like frosted glass and shit. And it goes right behind it where people were taking showers and stuff. Led all the way to like a stairwell and all kinds of weird shit. And after somebody posted that, more people started coming out. I found something similar in Las Vegas. I found something similar in LA.
It makes you terrified to stay or go anywhere.
Yeah, there's only one reason shit like that exists, and it's for nefarious stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing good that comes from that.
Moving things you're not supposed to be moving.
Yeah, I saw a
Watching people you're not
girl
supposed to be watching.
I saw a
Stealing
girl
shit.
post something about how her mirror in her room was a two-way mirror.
I've seen things like that too.
And it's just like, come on, everybody. Stop. It's it's crazy how like large the scope of these things are. Because I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about how some of these what would you call them, organizations, that's a good word for them, organizations have pretty much already tapped out the market on a lot of things like drugs and stuff like that, so then they're branching off into other markets now.
Gross.
Yeah, and the human one seems to be the most profitable.
That's gross.
Yeah, so it's not cool, not cool at all. I'd rather focus on some weird alien stuff or Bigfoot stuff.
Um, I did hear. Since we're already down a dark path, we're gonna keep going. I did hear theory. Take that for what it's worth. That this whole disclosure movement is not prepped for disclosure of um, aliens or non-human intelligence. They're saying that that is a smokescreen uh, to kind of prep the world for an extinction level event within the next few years. They go into this theory about how these talks of soul harvesting is accurate, whatever these beings are, and that this whole movement of disclosure is to try to get the general population to be able to avoid this soul harvesting scenario when this mass extinction event happens.
Well, that sucks.
That sucks because they
That's
point out
that's way darker than I expected.
they said that NASA here recently shot the rocket into the side of the asteroid to see if they could deflect it, just as kind of a trial and error thing,
Yeah.
which kind of lines up with the timeline of everything that's going on. Um, what else did they say?
Yes. So they're thinking asteroid.
Yeah, that's the route they go. Granted, this was just kind of a hodgepodge theory thrown together, but you hear all these stories. You hear about the soul harvesting, and you hear about.
Does it specify the entities that are essentially doing the soul harvesting?
No,
No.
not in the one that I read, but we have heard it multiple times, digging around and shit, that whatever these are, definitely get off on our fear and our terror and our pain, and to have a consistent recycling of our consciousness, our souls, whatever you need, whatever you call it, is um, kind of convenient for them. But it makes you wonder why they. I guess it's not even their. They might not even be responsible if a giant asteroid is headed this way,
Appreciate you,
but
brother.
they might be priming up for it. And they're saying guys like all these big disclosure guys like Grush and Lou and all of them are actually trying to prime everybody for this event, trying to open everybody's eyes to be able to escape this soul harvesting scenario, which is why when they talk about the knowledge that they know, they use uh, terms about like, if you knew what I know, you'd never be able to sleep. Or if you knew what I knew, you wouldn't be partying on the streets, or like,
Oh, that's a weird statement.
yeah.
I was gonna say the sleep one, like, I mean, come on. We could come up with a million scenarios as to why it would be hard to sleep if you had knowledge of said extraterrestrials, right? There's just the abductions alone, like having confirmation on the abductions and experiments that go on would be more than enough to keep someone up at night. The partying on the street, however, is a little different.
I wondered if he was referring to like Independence Day, where when the aliens show up, everybody's like, "Hell yeah, come on in!" But it's really just a disaster scenario.
I'd also like to know in what, like, how exactly by their disclosure are they preparing us? Like, where?
Facts. Bulletproof Tigers is pretty sure my supervisor is harvesting my soul.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But I would like to know how they are preparing us, because it's all going to an ET narrative. So I'm curious as to how that translates to we're prepping the population for a global catastrophe.
Look at the shit we've been through in the last 25 years. Just tell us. We're already desensitized to everything.
I
Just
mean,
tell us.
I'm gonna be pretty fucking bummed if there's an asteroid coming.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be very excited about that.
Would you rather know or not know?
I would rather know. Because how pissed would you be if you were at work when it hit?
Oh yeah.
How pissed would you be?
Yeah, you're right.
I would much rather be at home, man.
Colleen's having like time slip deja vu. She says she's heard us talk about this before. Like,
That's weird.
is this here? Colleen says, "Is this show live now? New phone, but I've heard this all before."
No, we've
I
never
don't think we've talked about this.
No. Colleen just went to a different dimension or came from one. She's a time traveler. Sup, nerd?
Sup, nerds? Yeah. Just wait for the soul harvester to bite into mine. It is rotten.
And that sucks too. That there are things out there like legitimately trying to harvest our souls. I'm not trying to be turned into somebody's gas. They put in their fucking whatever they put us in. Keep their little Death Star planet running.
Wade remembers talking about this too. We did talk about the soul harvesting thing. That was brought up in a couple other episodes.
Yeah, we've talked about all this in varying degrees.
Yeah, not in the same context as disclosure, though.
No. It is. I don't know. It's confusing though.
Yeah.
It's
just disclose it already. Just tell us what we want to know.
It's confusing to. I'd like to read more about that theory to see how they connect dots. You know what I mean? Because it's still, there's a lot of gaps in it for me. But that's generally in our field. That's what theories are. There are a lot of gaps. It would though. It is interesting though if you line that up next to what you and me were talking about off air about how a lot of the modern world has moved toward, I guess, just Luciferian symbolism. Like there's a lot more evil symbolism running rampant in the world these days. I just feel like it's more in our face.
Oh yeah,
than it has been in a long time.
It's pop culture now.
Yeah,
Wade
says,
not the soul harvesting, but the asteroid. You guys have talked about the asteroid before. This is weird.
I don't.
Are we in a different timeline?
I think me and Steve just got bumped out of
where
the
are
we
we
were in, and we're in a different one now.
Do I still have to go to work tomorrow? Most importantly, number one question: if I'm in a different timeline, do I still have to go to work? Yes or true?
What? If you're in a different timeline, do you have to go to work?
Yeah.
Probably. How shitty would it be if in every single timeline ever you worked at the exact same place that you do right now?
I said forever that my hell, My unending purgatory is going to be a mile-long soda line that I have to merchandise
Oh,
perfectly.
gross.
And every time I put the last product in the last SKU, like 50 people come down and take something out. And it's just that over and over and over forever.
Gilbert says, "Welcome to Earth 1654, Hall Sky guys." And yes, you still have to go to work.
Damn it, Gilbert.
I hate it. Isn't
Isn't
this a
this
repeat? No, it's not at all.
what?
I don't even think were we even on the same subject last week?
I don't think so.
I don't even remember.
I don't either, but I know that I didn't know. We didn't talk about much of anything last week because I hadn't been paying attention. Everybody was talking about World War III on Twitter.
I don't know. I'm really confused. Because a week is a long time for us
Yeah.
in the podcast, like because we have so much stuff that goes through our brains. And I've 100% like shut social media off for the most part currently. So I'm really confused. And that's why I don't have as much to talk about because I've legitimately just been taking a break from, which is helping my mental state quite a bit.
You're dreaming. The year is 6000 AD. The simulation will last 1,000 years. When it's over, you will be a god. Do I still have to work those 1,000 years?
Well, of course.
Ugh. Suffer before your godism.
So weird.
I don't think we talked about any of this last week. If I'm being
I don't
honest,
remember. I don't
I
even
will go back
remember.
and listen because maybe.
The only thing I remember from last week was that Cloud called in.
Yeah. And we opened the phone lines early last week
Oh yeah,
because we
way
didn't have
early.
anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Oh no, man. I
What?
don't know.
Fuck. Reroll your stats so you get to be new characters. Hell yeah.
I like that. I mean, we're hitting way more in the views than we
Oh, it's
have
been
in
steady over
forever.
it's been steady over 100. I don't know what's
No,
happening.
I
Are we
don't either.
famous now?
I
Somebody
highly
confirm.
doubt that.
Are we famous now?
Highly doubt it.
Anyone? Anyone in the chat?
Because if we are, I'm ready to quit my job and move to a different state. So help a brother out.
Somebody call it in the chat.
Let's get us to a different state. Let's go. Illinois is not the place for Kyle anymore.
Trying to think about what else. There was so much stuff. The giant door, the giant Oregon door. Well, Twiz confirmed it. Totally famous. Been seeing a lot about that. Watched the original poster on TikTok post about it. I saw other TikTokers go up and check it out, explore. Bro, I saw somebody took a drone up there.
I did see that. I'll say before you go any farther, loved the video, loved the story behind it, loved the mystery behind it. Because you said like when we were like kind of in passing talking, you said how like he disappeared for a hot minute. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, this is getting serious, like this is crazy. And then we talked about it again right before we got on, and I'll go ahead and let you tell
Yeah.
that part.
I know a lot of people don't know about it, but there was a TikToker in Oregon. He was up around some kind of like bluff faces, and he's super excited on his video. You can see it in the background, and it legitimately looks like there is a stone door right in the
100%.
back of
100%.
this bluff face it even has an indentation that looks like a window, right? So he said when he pulled up there, this door was open and it slid shut. And he said that it looked like there was a giant person in there that was not only behind the door when it was slid shut, but was also looking through this window, right? So TikTok blows up. He gathers some other TikTokers and his wife to go up and explore. Well, lo and behold, all these other TikTokers backed out. him and I think it's his wife, somebody from his family. They go up there, weird stuff starts to happen. They start hearing weird shit. So he bounces, says he's not going back. He says, "People message me, I'll give you the coordinates, you can come and look." Then some of his videos started disappearing. I don't know if that was a fluke. I don't know if that was him doing it, but he had pulled some of his videos or they'd been taken down because when I went back to try to watch them again, they were gone. Anyway, a bunch of other TikTokers had got a hold of him and went to look. One of the guys almost crawled all the way up to the door. He was probably within 30, 40 feet of it, but it's on a real precarious bluff face. Couldn't get all the way there. Another TikToker flew a drone up and got super close. And the drone footage just makes it look like a rock anomaly, right? There's like foliage and moss growing on it, and there's no signs that the door, like the rock face that you thought was a door, was separate from the other parts of the rock face. The indention where they said the window was is just a weird play of shadows. There is an indention, but it's not all the way hollow all the way through. It's just a weird play of shadows the way he was filming. So they kind of I don't want to say debunked because nobody was there with him when he saw the weird shit happen. But the footage that they got kind of eliminates it from being a door from what they saw. Saw another TikToker post that there is a similar looking rock face not far from where that one is that also looks pretty much exactly like a friggin' door.
It is weird that they resemble doors so much. That's what had me hooked when I saw the picture of it to begin with. Is it legitimately looks like a door?
Yeah, especially the first one where he's filming.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was locked in for those 3 minutes and I'm waiting for that thing to pop open. I'm like, let's go.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
But
I
you
don't
hear
know.
lore of giants
I told
living
you
on the
the
earth.
coordinates are out there. I saw somebody post the coordinates. I can't remember who. It might have been on Strangeology. He might have posted the coordinates to it.
Oh yeah, he did. He did share a TikTok as
Yeah.
well regarding the original videos. It's weird because you do hear a lot of lore about giants and people living inside the earth.
Bro, how fucking weird would that be if we was out snooping around and we just saw this giant ass stone door slide closed with some big ass person, behind it? That'd be weird.
Yeah, no one would believe us.
Well, and that's besides the point. It's irrelevant, but it would be awesome
Oh, there it is.
unless they do it to
Flavor
stab us.
Forest. Easy, just go to Sweet Home, Oregon, and go up Quarterville Road, not far up.
No.
Yeah. And you hear in other lore about these mountains that just swallow people up, like missing 411 and
Oh
stuff. These
yeah, that's
mountains just
gross. There's
it,
native lore about that
yeah,
too.
the mountain will swallow people, will
Yeah,
pull you into the mountain.
that's gross. I forget about that.
Boats and hose. Was it you posting in the Discord that you screwed up your finger today? Did I see that in there? If so, hope you're doing all right. Hope all your digits recover.
Birdie says knock and say your DoorDash.
You would be effed if a giant opened and was like, "Where's
Yeah.
my snacks?" Fee fi fo fum.
Thump. And it takes you inside.
I know he's not in. I haven't seen him in the chat yet, but usually when I mention his name, he pops up. Our homie Jeremiah from Bigfoot Society. It is his 40th birthday today.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday,
So,
man.
yep, big shout out to our Bigfoot brethren. If anybody listens to him, make sure you wish him a big happy 4-0. He's probably getting all ramped up to go down to Crypticon this weekend.
Nice.
Which, yeah, that is going on this weekend. I don't think we're going down there, but everybody should check it out. It's always a good time. Good speakers there. It is always Dope. I think that's about all the weirdness I stumbled on. I'm gonna go over there, Oregon Door, the
Yeah,
weird
we'll pop the line.
kitchen peeper. Yeah, they been a ton of people in here tonight.
Yeah, it's been weird.
There was almost 140 in here between YouTube and Facebook.
I saw that. Crazy. I'm ready to see some weird shit though. And hear weird shit.
Same. As long as it's not looking through my window.
But I'll be out of commission in like 2 weeks. So
Oh yeah. I keep
got my
forgetting.
L surgery
I'm gonna have
coming
to
up.
figure out what that date is.
For my surgery?
Yeah.
The 5th of December.
Yeah.
I'll be solid down for what? A week? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And then it should get, according to the doctor, it should get better.
Pick prime time to do it though. Ain't gotta get out in the cold ass grossness of December.
I know. I'm not mad at that. Get a solid 2 months off and live it up, hopefully, anyways. Hopefully they're like, hey, we're not gonna give you short term and
You say whatever.
help you survive.
I'm not giving you short term and then never go back to work.
There you go. We might as well, and then just pack all my shit up and drive south. I'll just sell my house and buy a U-Haul.
Make content. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be a great existence?
It wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, just talk about weird shit. Unless it's other kind of content they're referring to.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that.
Oh. So what's going on, chat? While we're sitting here with the phone lines open, give us some ideas on what we're gonna write about this weekend, because I have not started yet. That is how bad I procrastinate. It's terrible. It's terrible. I need to jump back into the 40 and 50. I know Arizona's up to bat. But I also am thinking about switching it up because I know people living in like West Virginia and Zimbabwe and shit are gonna have to wait a long ass time. So I thought about
Zimbabwe?
integrating. Yeah. Massive listener base in Zimbabwe.
Oh, I thought you were attributing that to the 50. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
when did I get at it? Like, who do we swap out for Zimbabwe?
Yeah. Also, yes.
Did we just get rid of Chicago?
Yes. But I'm going to. I thought about integrating roll the dice and setting up a thing where we roll the dice and see which state gets picked, and kind of mixing it up. Because alphabetical order was a great idea in me trying to keep track of the order in which I choose the states, but it also makes it for a long time waiting for people who want to hear their stories. Chucky wants Canada stories. I'm gonna have to do 40 and worldwide now.
I mean, that means you're gonna have to cover every single place ever.
Hollow Sky members only jackets. I like it. I like it.
We could probably do it.
I have a sneeze in here somewhere.
You had a fake sneeze?
I thought about it and it went away.
Those are the fun ones.
I even paused my microphone so everybody didn't have to hear it. Local legends in other countries. I've started I have a plethora of started episodes, thank you. I started pretty much all of them ever written.
Oh, I agree with that.
I actually have a possible episodes folder on my computer that I have started, and my ADHD kicks in, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to write about this anymore. So I'll switch to something else. Or I'll be writing and I'll have YouTube playing in the background. I'll hear something weird. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I should write about that. It is a curse.
The worst is when you're digging around and you think you're onto something hot, and then you're like, "Oh, this is only like 10 minutes worth of stuff. I gotta abandon this."
Cryptid stories from New Mexico. Flavor Forest. I actually have one started on the Beale treasure that I haven't finished yet, interestingly enough.
We need to go find the lost treasure around here.
Yeah, apparently the old stone house down past Eldred, the old man who lived there, buried a bunch of gold.
Yeah, didn't you guys go there once?
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
without permission. It's weird. It's weird. Supposedly haunted. One time it was the tallest building in Greene County or some shit. It's a
Nice.
3-story limestone. Now it's just a shell of a home. But rumor was the old man that built it would put big lanterns in his windows so the barges wouldn't get too close to the bluffs.
Interesting.
But apparently he was rich and he buried a bunch of gold in the limestone bluffs.
That is an old timey thing to do.
Yeah. Yes, I did accidentally fall into the pond. Yeah.
That sucks.
Have not done spontaneous human combustion yet. I've got a bunch of ideas for some, but I know me and Kyle have talked about them a little bit. They're almost like too much for the normal show, like as far as getting shut down.
Just graphic wise.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a phone call. Heck yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, welcome to the night shift. What's going on?
Yo.
What up, fellas? It's me, Outlaw from Countercult.
What's up, brother?
brother?
Not a whole lot, man. Just trying to keep up the conversation on the phone here, since no one else is calling.
we appreciate it.
So I just want to share a quick story. This happened several months ago. So this happened after Dick and I released our first episode on the Countercult podcast. So after we recorded, we all went to sleep, and of course, I started having a sleep paralysis episode, and well, you all know how that goes.
Not very good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, having this sleep paralysis going on, and in this dream I'm having, I see this faceless entity. I mean, the weird thing is about this entity, it's wearing like this business suit, and it's a gray suit with a yellow button-up shirt, and where the facial features should be, like the eyes and nose and all that, it was just like just skin. There's nothing else, no mouth, nothing like that, and it was just a bald, faceless entity. So again, I'm paralyzed and I can't move. Obviously, I can't move or anything, but I remember this entity telling me something threatening. I can't remember what. I just know it was a threatening message. And now, as this is going on, I can hear in the real world like something running around in my room, and obviously it's just me, so there's no one else in here. Something stomping and running in my room. And anyway, so I finally managed to wake up, or so I thought I did. But apparently this faceless entity traps me in a false awakening cycle. So I'm just looping through, you know, I'm thinking every time I wake up, I'm really not awake. And I don't know how long this happens for, but this keeps going over and over. And again, I'm hearing this stomping and running around in my room. I don't know what it is. I can't open my eyes. Obviously, I'm still paralyzed. But finally, like after maybe about an hour, I was able to finally actually wake up. I mean, again, I'm going through a sleep, well, not sleep paralysis, but like a nightmarish false awakening. Again, it's just a constant looping through. But anyway, after waking up and going to work, I I go into my office, then, you know, do my regular check after while I'm at work. Then I go into the water meter room, and on this meter, well, there's two meters that had two sets of 3777, so 7777777, and that's actually when I reached out to JJ Rose, our mutual friend, and yeah, she was basically telling me this was basically a spiritual entity that I encountered. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, and let the listeners decide for their own on what they think it is. I'm just trying to get clues right now to see what this thing is, and if anyone else has had this encounter before.
Do you think that the encounter was tied to the episode you released? Was there any correlation there?
Yeah, I believe so, because we were talking about like the fucked up shit Disney does, pardon my language, like as far as the sex trafficking and all that shit, and with the elite and stuff like that.
That's weird. That was the first thing that popped into my head, because it seems like when we our experiences, when we dive into very specific subjects, the weirdness ramps up in our lives. Not all the
For
time.
sure.
Some of the things you think we talk about that would ramp stuff up doesn't. Some things you think wouldn't does. It's weird, but it seems like the more that you investigate, the more that you tune in, and I use this phrase so much, the more that you look into the darkness, the more that it notices you and starts looking back. And it's odd timing that right after you guys started diving in and putting information out to the masses, that these things start popping up and kind of letting you know that they're also listening.
Yeah, man, I agree 100% with that. I mean, like you said, stare into the abyss, it stares right back.
Yeah, it's weird. The yellow button-up shirt's weird. Does that have any kind of like underlying meaning to you? Is there anything special with that? That's so specific.
That's the weird thing, man. Like, I don't know, man. Just the whole presence I felt from it. I just know it was more than a dream, and JJ also agreed with that. And I don't know, man. Like, I just have the feeling it's gonna happen again one day, or you know, in the near future. But oh well.
That's gross.
So
Because the overall description sucks. Just a faceless entity wearing gray with a yellow shirt. It's not a very good color combo either.
No,
not fashionable.
No.
The false awakening falls right in line with my mom's UFO encounter she had at the house, where she Again, thought she was awake to Dylan opening the door to the bright light outside, and then she automatically woke back up. So she thought, oh, hey, this is a dream. I'm going to go check on the kids anyway. And as soon as she sat up in bed, she saw something at the foot of her bed run out, and then she woke up again a third time. Like, that's just false restarts that it's putting in. It's a weird phenomenon.
It is, man. Like I've had it before, but not to this length. Again, it lasted maybe close to an hour, or I think it did anyway. But yeah, just and it felt so real, man. Like every time I thought I would wake up, I was actually getting ready and all that for work, and it was just the little details that were off. So this just kept happening and happening.
That's terrifying in itself, not knowing when you're out of it until the little details start not lining up, and then you realize you're still in it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it terrified me. So, but anyway, I'm gonna hang up and let the next person call in. Anyway, just want to shout you guys out. You guys are awesome, and keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate
Right on,
you,
brother.
man.
We appreciate it. Stay weird and stay safe out there, my friend.
All right, fellas, you too.
It's a long time to be trapped. You said about
Especially with everything like restarting. It's because there's comfort in waking up whenever those things happen. Especially sleep paralysis. When you can finally snap yourself out of it, you're like, okay, good. Okay, I'm good. But whenever you're in it, like I can't even describe. It's so hard to describe the fear that sleep paralysis instills in you. It's like primal, like ingrained genetic fear of whatever's going on.
Dude,
Can't
if I had
see
that, I would
anything.
probably have a fucking stroke.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
can't
hate
see anything.
nightmares.
Me personally, I don't see anything, but I don't even know that I hear anything. But it's like I know that someone or something is in the house with me. I can feel it, and I cannot move. You're just waiting. You're just waiting. It's like your eyes are open. You're just waiting for it to come around the corner. And
That's terrifying.
It's awful. And your solace, your comfort is finally being able to snap out of it. Which I've got to the
wake
point
up
now to
and shake
where
it off, and
I can kind of it's weird. You feel it. It's like your heart rate goes up and your adrenaline's going up, but you still like cannot move. And that's when you know, like, oh shit. So then you're like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, come on, come on. You're trying to like move your fingers and wiggle your toes and just anything to get you out of it. It's
I'm glad I don't experience that. It wouldn't mesh very well with me. Because dreams, like usually when I dream, they're crazy vivid. Like the other night, I had a dream that I saw a thunderbird.
that's dope.
Yeah, pretty wild. I think Gage had a weird dream that night too. I don't remember what it was, but he told us about it. And I'm like, man, both having weird ass dreams.
It is weird.
I don't think it was like ultra nefarious or anything like that. It was strange.
Project Red, heal up soon, my friend.
That sucks, man. Like everybody describes sleep paralysis the same way too.
I am thankful that I don't see anything.
Dude, that would suck so bad to be stuck.
The one I had when we were going through the Bledsoe stuff, where the I don't
Tall
even know what
thing.
to call it. Yeah, where I was sleep paralysis, but then it poked its head through, and as soon as it moved out, then I snapped out of it. But I was still like in this weird dream state. Maybe I don't know. It's weird.
I couldn't handle it. Especially if it doesn't happen all the time though, does it? To you?
No, mine are
Yeah.
very few and far between.
Yeah.
maybe once a year would
I
even
want-
be pushing it.
I wonder if there are people out there that experience that on a more regular basis.
I know a lot of people attribute it to astral projection.
Yeah.
You're kind of on the same you're on the same wavelength as astral projectors, but I don't know if it's because you don't know how to harness it. You don't know like what to do when you're right there at that
Right.
gateway, I guess. But it kind of makes sense as there being other beings on that wavelength, you
Right.
know?
Let's see what we got here. Hey, welcome to the night shift. What's going on?
Yo,
Hey guys, it's Lacey.
How you doing?
what's up?
Hey, I'm great. How are y'all tonight?
Good.
Good. So I just, speaking about dreams and stuff, I'm going to tell you something about a dream I had last night, and I'm going to be really quick because I know nobody wants to hear other people. Oh, anyway, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but I dreamt that I had a rib that was like
I read this.
parallel. It was like pointed down. And it was so vivid, y'all. I remember it hurt so bad. Like, and I remember feeling my rib and it was like curved outward. So it was like poking under, like, gosh, it was like a hook kind of sticking out of my flesh. And it hurt. I remember waking up from this dream and it hurting so bad. And then I realized, like, I remember grabbing it and my skin was still wrapped around it because it wasn't stuck out of my body. It was just like pointing out of my body, kind of. It was my son's foot. My son had gotten in bed with me, y'all, and I was feeling his foot on my ribs with my hand. And yeah. So isn't that weird how dreams are like that, man? You feel
Yeah.
something with your hand, and all of a sudden it works up into this like physical reaction of your brain thinking that your fucking rib is stuck out of your skin. I don't know. Anyway,
That's fucking weird.
I started
dreams are
reading it
weird, guys.
in
I
the
don't get it.
Discord, and reading the rib turned like upside down, poking out of your skin, made my fingernails hurt, so I stopped reading.
Oh, it was so gross, guys. And I didn't realize until like way after I woke up. I was like, oh my gosh, I was holding his foot.
That's way better than having a backwards rib.
That's true.
I know. But y'all, it genuinely hurt. Like in my dream, like somehow my brain imagined that my rib was sticking out and was immediately like, oh, this hurts. I'm in pain. And as I was waking up, I could remember the pain just kind of fading away. And it was like a phantom pain for a moment, and then I couldn't even feel it anymore. Anyway, brains are weird, dreams are weird. I'm gonna stay weird. Y'all stay weird too. Good night, guys.
Good night.
You too. Stay safe.
Y'all too.
I believe it though, because if you think about it, like look at those monks that like the brain's fascinating, man, and they have the ability to turn off all their pain receptors.
Oh, dude, it's untapped. Have you seen the ones that can like raise their body heat
Yeah.
just thinking about it?
Yeah.
I can't even think about what to write for the next episode, let alone change.
Or the classic what's for dinner.
Yeah. Or why am I going to work?
That's one that plagues my brain every day.
It's funny because I'll have dreams sometimes thinking of outside influences affecting your dreams. I'll have dreams like I am old. I'm almost 40, right? So I haven't been to school in forever. I'll dream about being in school and being late for school. And like as I'm running to the school, I'll hear the bell ringing, but it'll actually be the alarm on my phone in real life.
There you go.
So it's weird.
I'm actually the opposite. So I had this is funny. My wife's gonna fucking laugh at me because I didn't tell her about it, but I guess I'll tell everybody. So
Exclusive. Hollow Sky Night
yeah.
Shift exclusive.
It's funny. I'm a person that can sometimes dream I'm doing something and then I mimic it in real life, in real time. So last night I remember dreaming that I was being responsible and cleaning my mouth out with mouthwash. And then while I was in bed, I spit the mouthwash out in bed. And it woke me up, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, that's awesome. That's fucking great.
Brains are weird. That was
Dude, it is weird.
That was the understatement of the decade. Brains are weird.
It is weird. It's weird that it's weird that sometimes they're so vivid. It's weird that sometimes you'll act things out that you're dreaming. Or in her case, vice versa. Something's happening to her and it manifests into her dreams.
Yeah.
Here's a friend from Australia. Hey, welcome to the night shift. What's going on?
Yo.
Hey, g'day again. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Jeff again, that Aussie fella that calls in from time to time.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
And thank you. I only just got home. I was like, quick, I've got to get home in time because, look, economy's not too bad, but yeah, I'm pretty much broke and it's 2 a.m. Wow, goddamn it, words. 2 p.m. and I'm already home from work. So that's not a good sign economically, but a great sign for the podcast.
There you go. There you go.
I can be here. Yeah. Oh, and Countercult says hi. In fact, I think everyone says hi. Cool beans. No, I was actually going to say, I briefly mentioned it at the beginning of the episode today, but the only question I had with this old mate in the tree with his jetpack is, Kyle, I don't think you've actually seen the video. I think it was only Steve had seen the video. But what the two things that strike me as weird before I get into my story was that tree is the most kookiest looking tree I've ever seen. It's basically a big rectangle. It looks like a structure, a building covered in leaves, not actually a tree.
And
the fact that and he's also sitting on top of it like some Wile E. Coyote cartoony ass shit. Like he's just sitting on those would just be little twigs and leaves. You can't sit on top of a tree like a solid object. That's how he's sitting there. I've got no idea. So
jetpack.
The whole thing's really, really weird. Yeah, well, he's obviously got two jetpacks. He's fixing one, but the other one's keeping him hovering just on the tree.
They're on his shoes, keep him levitated.
Yeah. Yeah, so the whole thing's just batshit insane. But, I mean, if it is miners, no one can work out where they got that tech from anyway. So this whole story is still captivating me, frankly. Like, if it's aliens, cool. If it's miners, that's weird. I mean, the tech is absolutely insane. And also, where are the miners? Can't we just go down during the day and see what they're up to? Like, it's just, yeah.
Find their jetpack compound.
Yeah, what kind of mining are you doing with jetpacks?
Yeah, I mean, these are the best kitted out miners that you've ever seen. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd better call in and say hello again while I can. And now that daylight saving has moved you guys forward an hour and me back an hour, it's just so much easier.
The only positive effect of daylight savings.
The only one. I can actually hang out with you guys and it's easier to do. So hooray for that. Which, good fun. Speaking of, if you need a co-host while Kyle's down and out, I'm here. You know that. Just holler at me. You'll be right. And I hope that all goes well, by the way. I don't quite know what's involved, but yeah, definitely we'll all be thinking of you, obviously. But no, I don't. I've actually forgotten what things I've told you about growing up and everything. But for anyone who's new, hello, new listeners. I've called in here and there. I grew up in what's at best described as a haunted house, and I haven't had any experiences in 10 years, but my God, did I have some growing up. And I briefly touched on the Vardigas. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm butchering that name, but basically the spirits that use your own voice against you. And we had plenty of that. We'd hear my mum calling out my name or dad calling my name or them calling out each other all the time. Sometimes we'd be in the same room. And yeah, you just hear my mum just like, Jeff, calling me across the house. I'm like, well, that's not mum because she's here. So we had that shit all the time. So it wasn't just ghost dad going to the toilet. I mean, there were the physical appearances of things, but what's kind of freaky with the voices, two things that strike me as freaky with the voices is one of them, it actually got I don't think I covered this, it got my nickname down. So there's that, my baby, this is really embarrassing, no one else knows this, and now you guys are about to know it. So there's that nursery rhyme, like my baby bumpling. Yeah, that's it, Whole Sky exclusives were for the win. No, was it my baby bump thing or something? See, I don't even know because they've mutilated this nursery rhyme so badly, but I think it's my baby bumpkin or something. And when I was a baby, they started calling me Bunky, and then that eventually turned into Bumpy. So growing up, my nickname was Bumpy. Hey, stop smiling. Put that smile away. I'm not here to be judged. My name growing up was Bunky or Bumpy, depending on what age I was. So that's embarrassing.
I
But
hate to break it to you, but that's your name now in the Hollow Cult.
Yeah. I'm changing. I'm going to go to Discord, change it to Bunky. But this absolute horror of a thing would even be calling that out. So to be in my mum's voice, but calling out Bunky through the house, which, what the fuck is going on with that? It was pretty terrifying. But most of the time, it would just be one, and then that'd be it for the day. Like you'd hear my dad just calling, Dorothy through the house, and it's not him, and that'd be it. It's done. And the one that, it was actually my mum again. I don't know why she actually copped the brunt of most of this. But the one that she got, she was in the laundry one day, and I was like 7 or 8 years old. And I'm at school, and I really hope I haven't told this one. If I have, stop me. I've got more. But I was about 7 or 8 years old, and she's in the laundry. And then from the house, she just hears, she hears me like, Mom, and it's midday, right? I'm at school. I'm at primary school. I'm not supposed to be there. And so she's like, yeah, I'll be in a minute kind of thing. And then this more panic, like, Mom. I'm like, oh, shit. All right, I'm coming. And I puts down the washing, walks across the yard, back up the stairs, and then she can hear me in the house looking for her. Mom, like, I'm out here. Walks in the back door, hears me call out from the bedroom, goes into the bedroom. She hears, Mom, from the living room. Like, what the? Yeah, I couldn't have got past her. It's just a hallway. Goes back into the hallway, Mom, from my bedroom. And so this voice is just dragging her all over the house, from the front to the back to the front. And of course, I'm not there. It's midday. I'm at school. There's no way I should be home. So Mum's really freaking out at this point, thinking, well, what's going on? Is Jeff okay? And she took the steps to actually call the school, because it's back in the mid-90s. All we had was just, landline. So she's in the hallway. The last Mum has happened. I'm not calling her anymore. And she can't find me. And she's confused as hell. But it was that real for her. And the sounds were that real. And that in the house. She's called the school. And they've had to send one of the senior kids from his classroom down to get me, and just like, knock, knock, Jeff's needed in the office. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. And I've walked back across through the school with this guy. We got back to the office, and principal's like, yeah, your mum's on the phone. She seems panicked. Got on the phone, mum's like, you okay? You okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm all good. It's like, okay, I'll see you this afternoon, and just hung up. Principal's like, what was that? Mum just wanted to know if I was okay. And that was it. That's literally all it was. When she got home, she told me the whole story, which is how I know. But the whole experience for Mum was that real and sounded that much like me that she had to call the school to confirm. And yeah, it really freaked her out, the fact that she heard me all through the house, back and forth. Like, that was the only time I think the voice ever did it more than once in one sitting. Because as I said, for like 20 years, you would hear it, but it'd just be a one-off and we're done. That time, it just went off its chops when I was about 8. It just went nuts, just screaming, panicking all through the house, my little tiny voice. And we still don't know what it was, but the fact that there's this mix of apparitions and shadow people and smoky apparitions, as I said, like Dad walking through the place basically made of smoke, and the voices mimicking us, it was the weirdest freaking house. But yeah, 10 years later, parents haven't had any experiences. I haven't had any experiences. Mum did as a child, actually. She grew up in the country. She had a couple as a child. Dad doesn't remember if he did, but he doesn't take notice of much. He just loves reading, smoking, and petting cats. That's pretty much his life. But yeah, really, really weird sort of an occurrence. But I don't know if this rings true for anybody else having Vartigas doing that through the house. I'm hoping not, but good luck. And sometimes I kind of wish I would have another experience. I'm glad that I don't, I guess. But I'm starting to wonder now, after 10 years, if, like, did I imagine all this shit? I know I didn't. I know my mum didn't. I mean, again, we had all three of us experiencing these things together. So there was an awful lot of correlation between our stories and what we've been through. But yeah, it's kind of weird that it stopped once we left that. It was clearly that house. I drive past it sometimes. It was for rent the other day. I was so tempted to go to the inspection on Saturday just to walk through and be like, yes, I want to rent the house, just to revisit it. But I'd be really interested. I would actually, maybe I shouldn't have missed out on that opportunity. Maybe next time. I don't know. Weird house. Weird.
It is weird, and you do come across entities that are there just to cause confusion, make you question yourself, make you question the people around you. and it definitely sounds. I don't know if you want to call it a trickster. I mean, there's some aspects of like
Mischief.
demonic infestation that does the same thing. Usually, they're more focused on a singular person, but
Hmm.
it kind of goes the same correlation where it just makes you question everything, makes you question everyone around you. They're weird. They're weird.
Oh, good, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not
but I mean,
okay with things that mimic your voice.
No.
or messing with family. I know what you're
Yeah.
like with that in general.
Yeah.
Like, that's no bueno.
Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mess
Things
with
that
family. Don't mess with
yeah, things that can mimic your voice are extra creepy to me.
Yeah, there was that video. I don't know if it was I don't know if it's just someone mucking around or not, but that video I saw once of what was supposed to be a skinwalker like entity or something. But the guy is just shouting out like, help me, help, like really panicking like someone needs help. But you can just see the guy standing on the hill, just like some kind of bait, just looking around calmly as his voice is screaming for help, like bloody murder. But this bait human shaped thing is just chilling, just waiting for someone to come and lend assistance. And yeah, the whole voice thing is, nah, I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
Birdie wants to know where the house is. I tell you what, Birdie, I'm still on the fence about letting people know where the house is because I don't want the current tenants to just have all these people turning up with like ghost hunting equipment. Hello, can we come in? Like I don't want to be doing that to them. But on the other hand, I'm going to be the person rocking up at the door going, hello, can I come in?
There you go.
The fact that I'm going to do it, I don't know if I can judge other pricks for doing it. But I mean, if we wanted vague, it was Hornsby. It's about 20 kilometres north of Sydney, Australia. So yeah, about 20 k's north. And so if we want a general gist of where it is, but as for the actual address, I probably don't feel like dossing the poor people that live in there at the moment, particularly since they've only just moved in. As I said, it was for rent a couple of weeks ago. So they're probably just unboxing their DVDs and making sure the couch is in the right position. And next thing you know, there's a tour bus outside coming around looking for ghosts.
that or they hear your nickname now.
Yeah. Somebody yelling
Yeah,
Bumpy
like-
walking through the house. Like, who the fuck is
I just rock up
Bumpy?
like, are you? Like, yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm sorry about this. I really should have gone to that inspection. I think I'll have to put up a Google notification thing that next time it's up for rent, just to go around and just to walk through.
Let them know you're still out and about.
Oh man, yeah, we probably left the entity behind and has been waiting for me all this time just to latch on and follow me around again. Maybe I shouldn't go back.
I was gonna say, if it's gonna latch on and follow you around, you might not want to go back.
Yeah, no, I think I might just leave it exactly where it was.
If it can mimic your voice, how do we know we're not talking to the entity right now?
Oh yeah, good point.
This is a good point. Yeah, terrifying point now that we think about it. Am I even me?
Is Australia even real? I've never been there.
Is Australia real? No, and the time keeps fucking up. Now we're 2 hours apart, and everyone's already heard this episode apparently.
Yeah.
So
weird.
there's that.
It's a weird night.
It's a weird night. It's a really weird night. I'm not even here. We don't exist. Time is an illusion.
I like it.
Facts.
I like it.
Also, speaking of Bumpy Down Under, see, I've been trying to think of a podcast name for 3 years. Maybe I'll just use that. Thanks, Necro.
There you go.
Yeah,
Bumpy Down Under.
that sells itself in many markets.
I've got all this content, no name for it, and Necro's just solved my problem. So amazing.
Bumpy Down Under. That makes its own genre there. Genre defining Bumpy Down Under.
Oh my!
The merch sells
gracious,
itself.
Oh yeah, that's it. I mean, it's not going to be quite as cool as Hollow Sky merch, which, by the way, my package hasn't turned up, but thanks, Kyle. I know it's in the mail. But yeah, it'll be different merch. Be very different merch.
Yeah.
Bumpy Down Under. I mean, I'm down. Let's do it. Bumpy Down Under. I'll just change the name of the podcast every season. Do 10 episodes under a different name every time.
There you
just
go.
to freak people.
That's money.
Yeah. Disgraceful behavior. But no, I better let something else on. the night drags on, or the afternoon, as the case may be for me. But yes, Grumpy, flying fox babies are adorable. Most of our creatures are adorable and deadly. So there's that small problem. But yeah, thank you so much again, guys. I will call in again. I've got a couple of other weird, just like one-off things that happened at that house, and then 10 years of nothing, which is depressing in some ways. But no, I guess we'll just try and look for jetpack dudes in the trees, and I'll see you pretty soon. And all the best, as I said, Kyle, for the next thing that's going down.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, that sucks. No, that's all good. But thank you so much again. Have a good one.
You too.
See you, brother.
Stay with
Brother Bumpy.
you. Oh, God, no.
The Bumpy in the Outback. Things
There
that
you
go
go.
bumpy. Things that go bumpy in the night. It really does just sell itself, doesn't it?
That's awesome. Things that go bumpy in the night.
Like I said, the merch writes itself.
I like it.
I feel like
it.
Bumpy Down Under, you should probably get that checked out.
Yeah, you might want to get that checked out.
Yeah.
It's not a very good situation there.
No, that is facts. Well, I don't know if anybody can hear, but there's a giant dog battle going on in my house, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, oddly enough, just a few minutes ago, my kids were running amok through the house. I can hear. I'm like, because I thought I heard somebody banging on the wall next to me, which is the outside, but I paid a little closer attention, and it's coming directly in front of me, which is my son's room. So I'm like, great.
Everybody's battling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dog battle in my house. But that being said, probably wrap her up for the night. Again, thanks to everybody that called in. Thanks to the chat. You guys are awesome.
As
A
always.
ton of people in here. This thing was topping out at like 140 at one point.
Yeah.
That's
New.
some of the better numbers we've ever done. I don't know what algorithm we accidentally fell into, but
There was something.
I'm going to credit it to the cult for putting our name out there. So thank you. Thank you. I hope everybody's work week goes smoothly and you make it through another one. So check us out on our regular shows on Mondays. This show will drop next Tuesday. Listener encounters on Thursday. And then we do this every Wednesday night. So if you had fun, come back and hang out with us. And until we meet again, stay safe, stay weird, and everybody look forward to Bumpy Down Under in 2024.